Hey guys, Southern Comfort here. Well, I finally, I would say, completed the bunny village, the rabbit barn back here. There's some few things I've still got to take care of that I want to take care of. For instance, on the back part where the metal is, I got to cut it off over here, get it cut off. No big deal. But let's take a look at it on the inside. When I got it done, I was like, yes. You know, it was a lot of hard work because everything was not square. You're trying to take and build something into a chicken coop that gives the rabbits extra protection, and also helps to where the feeding is going to be great. I do it all at one place, and at the same time help try to keep everybody cool into the summertime, because right now it's 7 a.m. in the morning and it's screaming hot. So let's take a look on the inside. I hope that you can kind of see what I see, because it is enclosed quarters, but it's going to be super great as far as protecting these animals into the summertime and into the winter. So what I'm liking is to get the chicken wire over to protect the animals from the hogs. And as we adventure inside here, it's not perfect. There's no way to get this thing squared up. I had to move this wall over kind of diagonal, which put the roof a little diagonal. But I'm super happy about it. Still got some things I want to do. I know this camera's not going to justify everything that I have done here. I'm putting up some wire right there. I ran out of staples yesterday. I'm going to be putting wire back there over the little opening, all on top of there. Hi. And we're going to go all the way down there. We got to get this wire up here. Hi. So it's really shady here. It enabled me yesterday to put this fan in here. It started raining. I didn't have to move the fan. This right here at this point in time is created where everybody gets a good airflow, the chickens and the rabbits. And so today I'm going to be heading out to about over an hour away to pick up KW rabbit cage. Because I have a rabbit cage, but it's from Tractor Supply and it's not that good to my beings. I just don't think it's that good. We'll squeeze through here. This was definitely an impossible mission. Now that piece of metal there I just brought in here, I'm going to try to put it on the side right there, give some, you know, protection as far as protecting the wood. And, you know, in this area you usually don't have a whole lot of rain, but, you know, wind. So we're going to put that there, go ahead and use that metal up. I probably got maybe $200 into material, maybe. I know 150. The metal on top I already had. I had it stuck in the shed. It was supposed to be for a project that didn't take place, and it was the right amount. And then the metal on the sides was from a building that I tore down. And some of the wood, the 4x4s, was from posts around here, from things being torn down. There was 4x4s in here to hold to brace the chicken fence. I wanted it because we are into a hurricane zone, so hopefully, you know, to kind of help out a little bit. I did have it zip tied. I just never have completed everything here, but it is a working process. At the top, because I had to angle, because if I hadn't angled that side over there, I would never got that metal in there. I barely got it at the corner over there. So even though I didn't like that, it was for the best, because you got a corner post over there, you got a post right there, a corner post, and they're in cement, and they was not going to budge. The mistake that I made was taking this 2x10 right here. Someone gave me, and it was crooked, and I looked at it and I knew I could take and cut the crookedness off of it. But the problem is I really didn't think about it, is that because it was, you know, it's not completely straight, it created up here to be straight, which created my joists up here. When I was trying to put my board on there, I was like, and trying to get everything squared away, I was like, what's the deal? So with this being not perfectly straight or almost straight, It created this up here to create problems, which created this back here to have problems, and I didn't really catch it until after I started thinking about it. Because it's onto a little angle, not completely straight out, but onto an angle a little bit. And I cut these one bys up here. These one bys up here, I cut them, and then once I was trying to put the metal on there, I realized I didn't need to cut them, so I went in and stuck some boards in there. It's because it's on an angle to make it work here. But I'm super happy about this. It's done. Now I'm going to go get this rabbit cage. That way I can kind of have a cage to try and grab one of these rabbits and kind of get things situated. Get these rabbits further off the ground and get them into this area, which is definitely going to have a fan up there and protect them through the summer and the winter months. This rabbit, I'm hoping I can get everything in here. I might not do it right now as far as putting all 3 cages in there. It will be close quarters as I did my measurements, but it's the best I could do with the fencing. It was either you do it this way or get it outside the pen, and I just assumed to do it this way. And if it doesn't work out, then I'm going to be it's a good place to store some food in there, because we have a rabbit cage right here, and we'll work it out. We'll figure it out. We might even move that rabbit cage around over here so they can see one another. Hopefully get this mess cleaned up around here. Maybe move that chicken tractor, but kind of get it cleaned up, because this part right here it looks like it's took up a lot of space, but in actuality it hasn't. I actually gave them a roof over their head as far as the chickens, and the rabbits. I don't have to see how I've got this. This has been working, right? You got to start somewhere, and I know you're supposed to have infrastructure into place before you get animals, but sometimes you come across a deal and sometimes it doesn't work that way, so you just got to make it happen. And so that's why they've been in there, which has protected them, which the white rabbit was in this corner over here, and it started out with the black rabbit, and then the white rabbit was with the gray rabbit, and so now we've got all this going on. Well, anyways, this is the conclusion of this video. I'm super happy to get this done. It was a challenge, but we've now got our rabbit village, and hopefully it'll look better. Everything will look better, but I also have to remember too, I'm into protecting my animals and from the elements and from predators. So whatever it takes to get them protected, that's what I do. I don't go off on beauty. I go off on what is the best for their life. See you on to the next video.